Hi, I'm Andy Willett, underwater photographer, amateur and scuba diving instructor. The presentation today is to cover the use of filters that we can add to the front of our camera lens, or behind it, come to that, to correct for the colour cast that we experience in temperate waters being green and the blue cast that we experience in tropical waters. Use of filters is not new, it's quite well understood. But I'm going to take it just a little bit further in a minute, as you will find out. So in tropical waters we tend to use an orange-red type filter. They work quite well, and in tropical waters tend to use a magenta filter to correct for the green. The magenta filter is a minus green, and it takes away some of that green, it pushes it more towards the blue, and it just generally looks more pleasing. So we can add a filter to the front of a camera to make a colour correction to bring the colour white balance nearer to the mark. Doesn't need to be perfect, it does vary with depth and time of day, but it just puts you somewhere nearer the ballpark. In post-production we can change that, we can tweak it a little bit. Because we're much nearer the mark, it's a lot easier to do that. That's all well and good all the time that we've got bright conditions and we've just got ample ambient light and it all works really quite well. The problem comes if we go a little bit deeper, we're losing some light, or we're looking underneath an overhang, under a rock, and we're struggling, and now we need to add some light. Now we have a problem, because if we weren't using filters and we were using a video or a strobe with a white light, we just turn the white light on, and if you colour balance the camera to daylight or even automatic, then everything that's highly illuminated by the white light will look quite good, and job done. However, what we're trying to achieve is a background into the depth of the image to look correct also. Hence we're using the filters. So we put the filters on and it's all well and good. We want to put some lights on. So in the tropics, if we happen to be using this orange filter and we turn on a white light, all the foreground that's illuminated with the bright white light is now going to look orange. The background might look okay, but everything in front looks orange. It looks like we've actually just using an orange lamp. And similarly with the magenta filter in temperate, if we turn the white light on, everything goes very magenta. Background looks okay, but the foreground just looks like a magenta light. So we're a bit stuck. There is a solution, and the solution is we keep the filters on, and we have the benefit of why we're using them in the first place. But in tropical waters we use a blue light which matches the blue colour, which matches the filter, and when we turn the blue light on, the colour balance remains, it's the same. And with the temperate waters with the green, we have a green lamp. So now we can use video lamps or a strobe with a green filter, and we can use the magenta filter on the camera, and it just all works. If we match in this case the green with that magenta, or we match perfectly the blue filter with the orangey red filter, when we turn these lights on, the colour balance can be engineered to be absolutely spot on. So there's an advantage to do it this way, but when we've got these lights on, whether it be strobe or video light, with these filters, the depth of colour correction goes into the depth of the image. It's not just at the front. If we were using white lights and no filters, and you're videoing or you're taking a photograph of a creature in front of you, it looks spot on, but the background will look heavily blue, or in green waters it look heavily green. So we can combine these methods to have ambient colour looking good or reasonable, and also the foreground looking reasonable. Right, okay, little practical demonstration to show the points that I've made on this presentation. The video lamp here has got a ambient blue filter, which exactly matches the Cood orange tropical filter. Colour balance now is basically correct. If I turn on the blue lamp, I'm going to saturate the image with blue light, overriding the white light clearly, and it's all gone array. I could now reach over, if I could reach far enough, and put the Cood onto the camera and correct the image. it's just easier if I put the filter straight onto the video lamp. It's cancelling out the blue in the same way, and the colour balance is restored. I think you probably agree. It looks quite good. Take it back off and turn it off. I could equally do the same experiment using the magenta filter and the green gel on the light. It works exactly the same. So there you go. Good luck. Hi, just to conclude, there's a little section here on how we obtain the correct gel colour. Trial and error. So as long as we've got a filter to work with as our base filter, then we just need a selection of lots and lots of colour gels. The whole pack here. This is made by Lee. There's other manufacturers, Rosso. So you find the colour you think is going to be about right. It could be that colour, and then you've got to put it in front of your filter, put a light behind it. If it comes through white, then you've got the right colour match. You may find that you've got to keep changing until you can find the right colour. There's lots of colours that look very similar, so it could be a combination. It just happens with the Cood filter here, there's actually 2 layers of this blue on this to get the colour depth that you require to correct for that. So it takes a little bit of faffing around, but it'll take you a whole evening to find one. Then away you go, no problem. Cheers.